Salutations, everyone. This is Razor here giving you guys another movie review, and today I'm going to be going over We're the Millers, starring Jason Sudeikis and Jennifer Aniston, as well as Emma Roberts and a few others. Movie comes out today, actually. Once again, what's with the Wednesday releases? I don't know why it's coming out today, but I saw it last night, and I had some different impressions about this film. It definitely didn't grab me from the get go. When it came to like the trailers and stuff, it was just going to be, oh, that one movie where Jennifer Aniston is a stripper, and that's pretty much going to be the bait that many people are going to bite on, whether it's a guy or a girl. She has a lot of fans. Not particularly my favorite actress. Of course, she was great on Friends, but and I've never really found her as a fantastic actress. But she's okay. Jason Sudeikis as well, from Saturday Night Live and like Hall Pass, and he's an up and coming guy who we're gonna pretty much be seeing in every other comedy for the next 5 years, most likely, as well as a little voice work here now and again. I know he was also a voice in Epic. But it's a very straightforward, formulaic comedy. A little twist on the whole RV road trip kind of a thing. If you guys don't know the plot, it's basically Jason Sudeikis is a drug dealer, and he's in a bit of a pickle with his boss, played by Ed Helms, and needs to smuggle some drugs from Mexico, back to the States. So he hires Jennifer Aniston, who plays a stripper, and a couple of neighborhood kids to be his family, so it makes it look less suspicious that he's, doing shady shit in Mexico. So the formula is okay, as far as the story goes, but it's very Wizard of Oz like. And if you don't know what that means, I don't know if anyone else has used this term before, but basically, once you're first introduced to a character, you automatically see their flaws, and in the end of the movie, all those flaws are going to be fixed. All of the missing things in their lives are going to be fulfilled. And through every single character that you see throughout the movie, you can instantly see how they're going to fit into the story. So it's not going to blow you away really on anywhere, but it's a comedy. The story doesn't have to be amazing. It just has to be funny, right? That's what we want in a comedy, and it has been a shit year for comedies. I can tell you that much. Out of the ones that I've seen, they've been so terrible, and I was a little surprised by the Millers, or were the Millers. It wasn't as bad as I thought it could be. It could have been better, but it definitely could have been worse. There are definitely some goofy, laugh-worthy moments. It wasn't as Hangover like as I thought it would be, although it still is a little bit, where something incredibly unexpected and crazy seems to come out of nowhere, and it's just blatantly over the top and wanting to get a reaction from the audience. Like like the Hangover series, or like any of the films that Sacha Baron Cohen has done. So it didn't hit that side of the spectrum too often. You can definitely see when it does, but they handled it pretty well. There were definitely some laugh-worthy moments. Some things in it weren't so funny, but it wasn't as crude as it definitely could have been. And many other movies this year have tried to really hammer home that as long as you can be crude, it will be considered funny, which is a formula that has never worked out and never will. But it'll make the 7-year-olds laugh. But I do believe this is an R-rated film. There is some partial nudity. Spoilers, it's not female nudity because it's a comedy. That's just how comedy works. The only naked people you ever get to see are guys, because that's funny. That's just the society that we live in. Although, Jennifer Aniston does look pretty good. I've never been really a big fan of her when it comes to like, oh, she's the hottest chick in the world. I never ever really found her that attractive. I mean, to be completely honest. I mean, she's a good looking woman, but just when you compare her to the other the other people out there. As I don't know, I don't see it. I mean, I know I'm in the minority. I completely realize that, but just not really something that I went for. But you know, her sexy scenes are, you know, they're pretty nicely done. She looks good.
But I don't know. She always just seems kind of old to me. Don't really know why. I just don't get it. But I realize that's not the popular opinion. Would have rather seen Emma Roberts in those kind of scenes, but that's whatever.
The film itself is actually pretty decent. If you want to go on the buy, rent, or pass scale, it's not a pass. It's definitely not something that you need to go out and see in theaters. You can wait for it to come out and, you know, get it through Netflix or, you know, any of the movie channels or pay-per-view or something. It's definitely not something that you need to go out and see. Who knows if it's going to be comedy of the year? The way that this year is going with comedies, it's got a decent shot because it really doesn't have much competition so far. But holding out for something really good to come out this year in the comedy genre. But it's one of those films where it's like, if it seems like it's something that you're probably going to enjoy, you will enjoy it. If it seems like something that's not your cup of tea, it's not going to change your mind. If you're kind of like, I don't really know about it, I don't think it might be that good, it might just be, you know, that was all right, which is kind of how I felt. So if it seems like something that you would like, you probably will. It definitely has a fair number of laughs in it. It had actually a very funny blooper reel at the end of the movie, which is always nice when they include something like that. I mean, sometimes it's the best part of the movie, which is a bad sign. But it was definitely there's definitely some pretty funny bloopers in there. Not gonna lie. So overall, wasn't too bad. Definitely, you know, not for everyone. One of the better comedies to come out this year. You know, it hasn't been a very good year for comedies whatsoever. So, you know, this might be one of the better ones when everything is said and done. It's not going to blow you away. It's not going to leave you on the chair, off the chair, you know, rolling on the floor laughing either. So, hope you guys enjoyed my review. Let me know what you would like to see me do next, as well as comments below on this video. And I will see you guys next time.